So now we're at the last stage in terms of the straining the honey. We're now going to jar it. We have here the valve from the settling tank. The settling tank has got about 80 pounds of honey in it. Some kitchen scales, which are accurate to half a gram. Sorry, to 1 gram. What I do is take a jar down to the post office, weight, and then to calibrate these scales, weight on here. So the post office scales are very accurate and well calibrated, just to make sure they're correct. And then I also overfill the jars. These scales, you can put the jar on, switch them on, and they're set to 0. Pounds and ounces or grams, pounds and ounces here, and therefore what you're measuring is the actual honey going in. The jars have been washed, rinsed and then sterilised in the oven as if you're making jam or a preserve, but then you allow the jars to cool. And the lids, if you can see this, the lids have this white sealant strip along there, so with a cloth just wipe the lid because some of that white comes off as powder when you screw the lid on. So you just have a whole set of lids ready to go on. So now we are ready to jar. And we've got to be careful with runny honey because it does come out quickly, and therefore you've got to be prepared to wipe up a mess. So here we go, we'll do 1 or 2. So if we can just undo this a little and just gently, the scales are measuring 0. So here it comes, and if we just do it gently, then minimises the air bubbles. So, but you have got to be careful because this can come out pretty quickly. So lovely this. Your first jar of honey is great. Just get it right up to a good point, 15.5, 16 and 1/2 ounces, which is a good measure. Now we can put that to one side, and then any drips down the jar we'll wipe off later on. So there we go. We carry on doing that for all the 70 pounds that's in the jar, in the settling tank.